Success is not something that comes from actions you take occasionally. Real success comes from actions you perform consistently, day after day. In my experience, most people don't actually suffer from a lack of motivation. They also don't suffer from a mindset issue or even a time problem. What they truly struggle with is consistency and follow through. If you're like many people, you've probably started and stopped more things than you can remember. Maybe you said, "This year I'm finally going to get in shape. Starting now, everything will be different." But a few months later, nothing really changed. You're still in the same place. You promised yourself you would follow through this time, but after a few weeks, you quietly stopped showing up. That can be extremely frustrating. You want to improve. You want your life to be different, yet somehow it feels like you keep sabotaging yourself and staying stuck. So the real question becomes, why does this happen? And how can we fix it? What successful people actually do. From what I've observed, the most successful individuals I know are not necessarily the smartest. They're not always the most motivated. Some of them don't even wake up early every day. The main difference is simple. They are incredibly consistent. They wake up and perform the same actions again and again. Often those actions are boring, but they repeat them every day until they eventually reach the result they want. That result might come in 3 months. It might take 3 years. Either way, they commit to showing up daily and doing what needs to be done, even on days when they don't feel like it. Consistency is the real advantage. Why consistency is so difficult? Before understanding the solution, it helps to understand why consistency is so hard. One major reason is that the human brain loves novelty. We naturally crave things that feel new. For example, new routines, new productivity systems, new goals, new planners, new strategies. Our brain enjoys the excitement that comes with starting something new. However, mastery requires something completely different. Mastery demands repetition, doing the same task again and again. Unfortunately, repetition can feel slow and boring. It doesn't come with excitement or constant rewards. But repetition is exactly how skills are developed. Examples of mastery through repetition. Think about elite athletes. Take Stephen Curry, one of the greatest shooters in basketball history. For many years, he has followed almost the exact same 90-minute pregame routine before every game. The same drills, the same shots, the same order. He's been doing this routine consistently for more than a decade. Another example involves Kobe Bryant. There's a story from Dwyane Wade about watching Kobe warm up before a game. Kobe repeatedly practiced the same shot from the same spot on the court. He did it again and again for around 30 minutes. Wade knew exactly what Kobe planned to do during the game, but even with that knowledge, he still couldn't stop him. Why? Because Kobe had practiced that exact move thousands of times. Repetition turned it into mastery. The shiny object problem. Another reason people struggle with consistency is the attraction to shiny new opportunities. Many people constantly jump between ideas. This happens often in business. Someone might start one marketing strategy, then quickly switch to another, then another. They keep chasing something new instead of mastering one thing. Because they never stay focused long enough, nothing really works. The problem with motivation. A second mistake is using motivation as a guide. Many people wait until they feel motivated before they start working, but motivation behaves like a wave. Sometimes it appears, sometimes it disappears. If your actions depend on motivation, your progress becomes unstable. Instead of relying on motivation, successful people rely on identity. They see themselves as someone who shows up consistently. They act according to that identity, regardless of how they feel. The 90-91 rule. There is a simple strategy that can help you build this consistency. It's called the 90-90-1 rule. The rule works like this. For the next 90 days, spend the first 90 minutes of your workday focused on one important task. Only one. This task should be the most important activity that moves your life or goals forward. Think of it as a non-negotiable appointment with your future self. Why this rule works. 1. It removes decision fatigue. Every time you ask yourself what you should work on, your brain uses mental energy. With the 90-90-1 rule, the decision is already made. You start your day knowing exactly what you will do. This eliminates hesitation and wasted mental effort. 2. It uses your brain's strongest hours. Scientific research shows that the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning and decision-making, is most effective earlier in the day. This means your focus and mental energy are usually highest during the morning. Using that time for deep work leads to better results. Waiting until later in the day means working when your energy is already drained. 3. It builds identity-based habits. Behavioral psychology suggests that people act according to who they believe they are. When you perform the same action every morning, you begin to see yourself differently. You start thinking, I am someone who follows through. Over time, your actions reshape your identity. And once a behavior becomes part of your identity, it becomes much easier to maintain. How to apply the 90-91 rule. Step 1. Choose your one thing. Identify the activity that would have the greatest impact on your life. Ask yourself, what action would move my goals forward the most? What important task have I been avoiding? What single habit could create the biggest improvement? Examples might include writing every morning, creating content, studying a valuable skill, exercising, building a business. Step 2. Choose your 90-minute block. Pick a specific time during the early part of your workday. For example, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. During this period, turn off notifications, put your phone away, eliminate distractions. This time should be protected and treated as sacred. Step 3. Track your progress. Use a physical calendar. Every day you complete your work session, mark the day with a big X. After several days, you'll see a chain forming. Your new goal becomes simple. Don't break the chain. This technique was popularized by comedian Jerry Seinfeld. Step 4. Expect resistance. At some point, you will feel bored. You might want to skip a day. You might even convince yourself that the system isn't working. This is normal. Your comfort zone will resist change. The key is to expect that resistance and continue anyway. If you miss one day, that's okay. Just avoid missing 2 days in a row. The long-term result. If you stay consistent for 90 days, something powerful happens. Your focus improves, your confidence increases, you begin trusting yourself more. Most importantly, you start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. And when consistency becomes part of your identity, it changes everything. Because once you truly believe you are a consistent person, you will naturally continue acting that way. And that can completely transform your life.